Alrighty, everybody. Minor delays, 5 minutes that is. Pull this up. Right, chat box isn't working. I'll have to get a new chat box then. Either way, this is a game and a half. Right here. Okay. And that's all. I guess we begin. I do not know where to start, honestly. I guess I just show off, like, my favorite build. And, like, play the character that if you put in the thumbnail gets the game the most clicks. Right, we're gonna do a pretty fucking flashy, like, this is just straight up. This build is pretty much, just turn people into Swiss cheese. It is this character, rapid fire, and we're gonna pick up, like, one of very few guns. One moment, I do have to... What's it? Wonderful. I hope no one gets north. Oh. I had set it to something else recently. Hit unmarked enemies. Alright, we're just gonna roll a bit because there is something... Oh, this one might work. There's something I want which is pretty good. Okay. This is good. This will work later on. Alright, we're just gonna take the fastest firing gun I can get. I want something that's fast enough firing so that, or that has a big enough mag to the point where it's hard to... Alright. Also, this is kind of a cover game. You definitely have to play your cover right. If you don't, you get mulched. Right. Oh, wow. I kind of suck with this gun. Surprisingly, it is a projectile weapon, which hit me over so much you could not believe. I did not see the big guy walk forward there. My bad. Yeah. Most enemies kind of stand still. I don't really need that. I'm just gonna keep it in my inventory for a bit, just in case I find someone. H-tag, no. Yep. Okay, so in reality, don't know what happened there. In reality, what I want to do is I want to buff flying swords in a way that doesn't require me to press the button for it to be useful. Summoning more swords is good, yeah, but... Oh, I need to fix that, like, pronto. I forgot to change that line back. Sorry, yeah, I did reset the default. If you see me do any stuff that's like, what are you doing right now? That'll be why. Alright, so, there we go, much better. There we go. I want that spammable. Hey, look at that. I do love me that scroll. For those who haven't read all the scrolls, is what it does. This is going to be good for my build because lucky shot chance is extremely important. I don't know. Lucky shot is your crit. Crit is your headshot. So if you want to... Okay. I'll see if I turn this into a video because if I like how this run goes, I'm 100% turning this into a video. Right? I will put up, like, descriptions of what each stat and what each thing does, because I realize that not everyone has dedicated, like, 200 hours into just, like, fucking around with a mod console, figuring out how shit works in this game. Right? This one's definitely one of those more, like, you just gotta know sometimes games. Poor translation can affect that as well. This game has a few translation issues. I believe the original being in Chinese, not English, or Mandarin. I don't know which type of Mandarin the game was initially in. That would be something I would have to check and probably throw up if it was a video, but yeah. This game wears its, like, inspirations on its, like, absolute heart. It is such... I just couldn't move, love. It is such a wonderfully charming game. I was getting hit by that thing there. I do wish I could shoot out flame traps. That would feel wonderful. But part of this game's fun for me is the fact that it's an extremely difficult game. If you haven't noticed, I haven't had to reload at all this entire time. So... Okay, that's really good, actually. I just lost my track. Oh my god. Okay. I'm in post, I'll go through and I'll just, like... in the video, I'll finish that sentence. I'll, like, actually write it down. Like, pause now, I guess. I'm so sorry. I get distracted easy. It comes with the, how do I word this? The being awesome. The being awesome causes me to forget things. No, I'm just ADHD as fuck. And sometimes just mid-sentence, I'll completely just forget what I'm talking about. I think it's definitely an overexposure to things like YouTube Shorts. I've looked at the actual side effects of overexposure to things like that, and it pretty much would work. I've been trying to cut down, and I don't want to make shorts content for that reason. It seems like a really bad industry right now to, like, be supported by putting content into it, because it definitely is crying on the fact that people are unceremoniously just looking for escapes. And so they search for that in thing. That was terrible. I walked away in a straight line. If you don't... Okay, so, fun fact. Don't walk in straight lines away and back from the enemy. You'll watch me do that a lot in this game, just because, to put it bluntly, I'm bad. I mostly am able to beat Reincarnation 10 based on the fact that I kind of know the game well enough to just be able to do Reincarnation 10. I'm good at statting up and getting, in quote, my friends always say I get lucky. The people I play this game with, they've told me I get lucky. It's not luck. Actually, who is it that told me I got lucky? It was either... Oh, it's gotta have been fucking... Oh, that's a really good point. I'm gonna have to ask. Yeah. This is gonna be really useful because I believe, if my testing is not wrong... Okay, my testing might be wrong because, to put it bluntly, this game's fucking complex as shit. If I'm not wrong, that casting flying swords is also the same as... Oh, actually, scratch that. I'm picking this thing up. Yeah, okay. This would take me a bit to explain, but I'm pretty sure when it says casting wild swords or swords out, that's the one. I believe technically that this enhanced combat, this one right here, I believe when you summon it, it technically classes as you casting it. I might be wrong. This might be an interaction I've seen happen incorrectly, but through my experience, that is what happens. Again, if I'm wrong, I'm completely willing to, like, admit that I'm wrong when I say that, but my own why is this thing not on automatically? That's kind of crazy. That threw me through a loop. I forgot that this gun wasn't automatically auto. Sorry, the two new weapons I haven't really gotten to play around with, the Jackpot and the Purgator, which these two. I have all the weapons and all the scrolls unlocked, like, don't get me wrong. It's just some of them I haven't quite played with enough to really comment too much on. Oh, not one of these on 10, man. Okay. I'm gonna have to fast forward this. These are bastards. Okay? To the point where I'm just gonna pull this thing out, and I think I'm just gonna start shooting. To build up thing, because I'm pretty sure I can hold down the button with my current talisman. Especially on this thing, how big the clip size it's got. And so I can do things that shoot him through his shield. Instead of having to, like, interact with the game mechanic, I can just speed it up. Alright. Fucking hell, separating those channels would be a bitch. Like, the sound of me yapping. I keep forgetting. Oh, and there goes the run. I'm for. It's a difficult game. It's a difficult difficulty. Rank 10 is definitely still, or Reincarnation 10 is still difficult for me. And I'm happy that it's still difficult for me. It feels refreshing to be challenged correctly by a game. I should probably turn, yeah, you know what? We're going to turn the audio up a bit. Yeah, that tracks. We're going to turn the music on as well. Just because I think the music in this game sounds good. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. Counter violence is just generally good if hey, there it is. I don't think that this talisman works with that. I don't really like the rainbow arch, but I'll run it. It's not that big a deal. It's definitely a quicker projectile than the burst gun you just saw me using. Though there is a particular rifle I do want to use. By the way, this character with the minigun or the SMG is really good. There's a particular lady who can make the minigun completely aimbot. I believe this thing has good stats, if I'm not wrong. This did work. Yeah, you can do something like this. Yeah, I believe it is minus the fact that you can throw it like a piece of dynamite. I'm kind of... Okay, I'm kind of at awe that they didn't do what TDR guns do, where it's guaranteed throw on reload. And instead you have to manually choose to throw it. That does kind of happen to me, but it's completely fine. It's a small thing, and manually throwing lets you get away with a little bit more. We're just gonna... And now, with the flying swords have a chance to hit on, like, attack, you can kind of see where the skill is going. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Cut that out. Either way. With the... yeah, with me acquiring the Hero Ascension Empathy with Swords, I'm now quite ready to kind of just win this run. At least I feel. this could very quickly become quite a quick steamroll, especially if I get some other things. Yes, I'm forcing a build. No, that's not how roguelikes work. I should absolutely play what I'm given. But this is just such a fun build, and if I get it to work, you know, that's genuinely just an amazing video to put out, and I'm kind of fishing for that. There's a real chance I go this, but no, we're just gonna use this shotgun, because this shotgun's funny. I've had a run with this shotgun before. This thing is... this shotgun, when it comes to high fire rate and empty with swords particularly, this is like, gotta be my favourite thing pretty much ever. Like, you're starting to see the vision already, right? Like, look at how much ammo I have. Oh, I should do a rune panel run, actually. I should try and do a similar rune panel run. If you're getting into this game and you're wondering how you get all the skins, by the way, there's a little thing in the seasonal tab. It's like a tiny little seasonal shop. There is no limited time thing. There's no limited time, like... Oh, actually, that's really good. Cosmetics or anything, by what I understand. The only limited time stuff is like orders and celebratory player milestone shit. It's kind of limited. So, you wouldn't have got it anyway. So, if you're looking for a game where you can be ripped out and also, you know, is fun, cough, like a lot of AAA games, you can be ripped out, but the game isn't fun. You know, this is a pretty good one. I'm kind of waiting for when they inevitably put out like player skins for their characters. I really want them to do something like that. So like I could show like mastery with the character without having to put the character in the player order. This game, by the way, is primarily meant to be played online. It's not really that much of a solo game, and you'll kind of see why later. Oh my fucking god. I guess I will accept such a gracious offer with open arms, and honestly, wait until you see it. This gun gets bonus on headshot. If you look, hello, can't move, and let's go next one. Alright. So that's the critical performance. It's annoying as hell, and I think it's my least favorite. Oh, and there it goes. Alright, so this gun's gimmick is that if you land a critical headshot, your critical headshot damage goes up until you reload. If you're seeing, like, the cool thing that's about to happen, then, like, yeah. I'm just never reloading. I don't have to reload ever. Like, I can just unbind reload and the run will go, there we go. As I was talking about, this thing has a fast fire rate. I'm going to need to upgrade my attack. Right. You're noticing now, yeah, I hate you guys. Let's pop these barrels before someone pops. It's a very, standing next to unpopped barrels is, by my experience, a very quick way to die. If you're wondering why I was doing it anyway, it's because, as I said, I'm bad at the video game. That's crazy. No matter how much I say I love this game, no matter how much I say I'm awesome, I love this game, mechanically, really not the best. That's, I do kind of miss playing online PvP shoots a bit, but that never happens, like, it's just objectively not good for the mental. It's so easy to be just so angry at those games that it completely crowds your judgment. I mean, people rage out of it. So, Cookie cutter is like basically I know, but honestly, I usually want to like think, and I'm probably not. As you can see, now I've got I'm kind of leaning past the other one. Now I've gotten the items that I want. You're starting to see that this run might be a little trivial. If I can just hit heads and not die. Which is made kind of easier by this other character scrolls that we'll get later on, hopefully. And also some other bits and bobs we can collect along the way. Okay. Actually, good point, me. I should put... Alright. One moment, everyone. I'm just gonna quickly put a spot on the screen. This is definitely just to encourage interaction with the stream. Yes, is it a little shitty that I'm doing something like this? Yeah, I admit. I could be a little less, like, on the nose about it. But, add source image. We're gonna call it... We're just gonna call the thing helpline, image file, browse, gunfire help. If you've got a question, just ask. Okay. And boom. Get those lines off my screen. Oh, that's over the mini-map. Get that over here. Jesus, what a bullshit, dude. Nah. Can't really excite me enough to want me to, like, do their little quest. Oh, fuck me. I kind of just stood still and let it happen. That's kind of definite skill issue there. You see what I mean? I do the thing I told you not to do where I said, don't go back and forth, and I went back and forth. So, like, don't go back and forth. You saw the consequences of those actions right there. If you're wondering why I shot those 2 shots into the void, it was, I'm looking at my talisman, and the talisman did think that I could, not, did show that I was able to use it. So, for those who haven't played talisman, or just don't have much experience in this game, if you look in the bottom left-hand side, just above my HP, there's that talisman. That little number on the first of the 3 gems is effectively, I'm not doing this, dude, I'm gonna die in here. That's honestly, I'm gonna admit, yeah. The first of the 3 gems is effectively saying how many shots I need to fire. The little grey bar that comes across the talisman is the cooldown of the talisman itself. Apologies, I'm trying not to die here. Yeah. And the 2 other gems are conditional gems. You usually get to choose. One of them is pre-chosen for me because of my talisman. And the other is one I chose. It fully reloads my gun. So now you're starting to see the build. Every time I fire enough shots, by the way, I'm going to keep this flamethrower in my back pocket in case this gun doesn't work. Yes, I did just reset the crit bonus. Don't mind. It's completely fine. It's not hard to get the crit bonus back up. It kind of is, to be fair, because with a high crit bonus, you have to use less ammo, meaning it takes less time for me to kill. The build is fast fire rate, auto reload, on hit proc. This is kind of just a gun damage carry build that works by using my abilities to on-hit debuff and on-hit do damage. So effectively, eventually, half my shots will be summoning little swords that reducing the enemy's protections and reducing enemies' will to live. That makes sense. Swing. Sometimes this game has a few mechanics which make you go, why the fuck do you have that in the game? That makes me want to claw my hands out. There we go. This is more important than the other one. Whilst the other one is extremely good and a very useful tool to deal with a lot of smaller creep enemies, because the gun I'm using, I just want big number. Because currently, big number is more important. Oh, this is gonna keep me up. There's also a build for the Frenzied Shark this way, but you use a different talisman. Alright, good, Gemini. We're probably gonna go Spore Shot, if not Magazine there. If I can't get enough ammo, and I'm stupid. Yeah, again, I did say this game is difficult, This difficulty is difficult. Yeah, this is a flashy build. Here, let me show you. Okay, so this talisman has a 5-second CD, which is why firing 18 shots was automatically reloading me instead of delayed reload because it was waiting for the cooldown. It gets minus CD on hit, and then it gains legendary shoot no matter what. This is the thing that kind of makes the talisman work, is you always have access to the legendary gem. This is kind of just an early game talisman. Late game, it gets kind of ridiculous, some of the things you can do about it, but when infinite ammo is your biggest gift to the player, you can do that with pretty much everything in this game. Every build can get infinite ammo if you think infinite ammo is useful. But, yeah, sometimes it's not. Oh, hey, that's good. Alright, so that augment let me get just another one of these, which lets me put Crystal Shield in. Crystal Shield is fucking god tier, like double S tier bullshit. To put it bluntly, it's beyond broken and probably overall as a mechanic in the game quite it makes like even players who don't know what they're doing look like godlike masters of this game. Is this bad? Not really. The game is that difficult where mechanics like that is kind of necessary to make it playable for people without like being able to change even but something I wouldn't. This gun's alright. I'm not a fan of it. It'll work better than what I currently have. Okay, so stacks are useful for this build. Even if they're not useful now, they'll be useful later down the line. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this gun. It's definitely like a microwave gun. I do like my kind of microwave gun. The gun's a little freaky in the way you have to use it. If you miss the beam, sometimes you can just readjust it, or sometimes you can use your looking angle to just aim the beam elsewhere. Again, I'm not really a fan of this thing. I feel like I should restart. I don't know. I'm just feeling the vibe. I'm feeling the vibe that we're going to see the shotgun and we're not going to commit to the crit build until later in the run where we actually have the mechanics required to do the crit build fully. Because that kind of was my mistake, is I didn't really give it enough time to cook before equipping the crit gun. It may seem like I'm saying, well, I can crit gun properly. In a way, but also, I just didn't have as infinite of ammo as I thought I did. And that was my issue, is I overestimated my build's ability to bullshit my way through an encounter, and that's completely fine. For this one, I have a vibe. I have a vibe, and the vibe is telling me it's... I do wish there was more super secrets to find in this game. Like finding the vibes of type of secrets. I think that having the reason to spend more time in gunfire would be good. Not for me, but like... it feels really awkward to aim the like guaranteed shock dart after. I just need to start using flying sword lots. There's definitely more shaking up to the flying sword, so we're definitely just going to go for the amount of hits instead of changing the gun. So we're going to go a different variation of the build than I tried last time. Last time I went for gun enabling. This time I'm going to use the gun to use flying swords, which insinuates that I need a full auto shotgun. Really, I shouldn't have picked that up actually. Like IMO, that's not really the scroll I wanted this early on. If I was nearer to the ice before, then that would have been like not too fine. It's early enough. I definitely picked that up too fast. That's on me. I thought that was a different together. And then after I picked it up, I was kind of like, wait, that's not the scar. As you can see, because of how this gun functions, with how it shoots and all that, the amount of flying swords I get is outstanding. The boss is not going to be the horse head actually this time, I don't think. I believe it's got to be the spinny spear in this area. It could be Beetle actually. It could be Beetle. stop bitching about it, and I'm just gonna walk away from it. That's useful if I get weapon reload. But the other ones I'm not too much thinking that much. This one will just let me do some stuff if I get the right build. Like straight up per ammo and this build gets I think that explosive throwing gun, where if I fire it to the point where I get the full reload, and then I fire it till I get the full reload, then cock the hammer and throw the fucking explosive version of it. That'll probably be just more things. Different little things you can do in this game. It's so complex, pretty much guaranteed that I'm not in a position to authoritatively say what's good. I played some, I told this dog is, I've watched a few reviews and I've gone like, oh, this is the bottom one character, and not the one I'm playing. One character. It's difficult to get the ball rolling, but like once the ball rolling, it's probably one it's kind of bad. At least I use some interesting interactions with dual guns, especially with stats like fusion and such. You can okay. You can definitely do some funky stuff. If I'm doing a gun build and increasing my damage by a ridiculous amount when I have I use the wrong cams because I'm different as well. Well, I think it's just interesting enemy. I like the mechanic of decapitation with them effectively. Like the intended way of killing them is to make them into each other. Excuse me. There we go, I was listening. I'm definitely going to try using flamethrower this one. I think flamethrower is quite good. I'm definitely going to lean more towards skill and gun damage because I get like ridiculous fucking shot but even then, instead of easier to hit like they are with the normal crossbow. You'll see this trend as well as we go on to further levels, especially in the ice. It kind of feels like difficult to knock headshots sometimes. A lot of enemies just present and it makes the enemies look really scary and aggressive, but it also makes them kind of pushovery. Also the fact that if you're on the highest, or if you're on the final well, probably already completing the run. This works. Oh wait, I'm stuck behind Paul. Minus movement speed. Okay. I guess we can go back towards the weapon as well. I feel like... Oh, there you go. There you saw some of the translation issues with this game. Just full on, man. Yeah, it happens. It's not particularly bad. It just can take you out of the game a little bit when it happens. Oh, that's a really good one, actually. Peddlers can only level up the cold scrolls at a time. It displayed in their shop, and if you buy it, you can't get rid of it. Right, for obvious reasons, I'm keeping slot 1. I'm sorry, that's a really good gun, and I know someone's going to be screaming at me to use it, because it's a really fucking good gun. But, I kinda have a vision for the build, and I want to use crap guns. I'm just keeping the, other weapon ready just in case this don't work. Let's quickly grab this. If I'm not wrong, this does work. It does not work. Okay. I'm for. Oh, what else do you got? Alright, nothing really interesting so far. In that case, I'm just gonna put Meteor on just because it's a good. Meteor's never been bad. That's also exceedingly good as well. That lets you put inscriptions on weapons that really shouldn't be getting sold. Or like lets you take weapons further than you really should. That was a funny ragdoll. That dude was really and these guys actually get a big shield around their main weakness throughout the rest of the game. Forcing you to shoot them fucking buttons. Which isn't too bad because they, like the rest of the earlier designed enemies in this game, are very head forward. I think the hardest enemy to headshot in the early stages of the game are the little runaround guys, the lizards. Just because they are actively jittery as fuck and their head hitbox shakes a lot as you're trying to fire at them. Hey, look at that. That's actually a really good reroll. Other than the fact it's got a dud, it's generally just a good ass motherfucking reroll. Which I do appreciate. Definitely going to increase the power of the gun, not by much, but hopefully it makes a difference. Again, definitely very clearly that the flying swords are going to initially think. Right. Hello, mister! Oh, this guy goes invisible and turns off the tape. He could be here a while. I remember I introduced a different and they were struggling so much with the rogue villains until I kind of said shoot them. And they got confused, like he's got a shotgun, and I was like, just like trying to shoot it. Like move sideways while shooting it. That makes sense. Crazy. They were able to deal with the rogue villains. Well, it is funny. It is kind of the thing where, generally people aren't really that good at video games. On average, people are gold. And gold is like, okay, I don't really mean, but like, if we're looking at the mid-range of the game, so it's not that good. That's completely fine. You're allowed to not like dedicate your entire life and your life savings to getting skins and all around but they're not good at the game, and that they should probably spend some time thinking about how they can get better at the game and how they can improve. That's because, to be fair, that's very important. I think the willingness to improve is 99% of the battle when it comes to actually improving at something. Is first understanding that you're not good at it, or not as good as you think. You remember your perspective of yourself, unless you are like a particular person who has the opposite issue, the perspective of your own abilities and yourself will almost always be greater than your actual abilities. Again, there are exceptions to this rule. There are some people who have amazing abilities and view themselves as bad. And there are some people who view themselves as amazingly good at something and aren't actually that good. But most of the time when I see people who are, put it politely, confident in their skills, sometimes that confidence could be less than stellarly placed, you know? And again, that's not me trying to bring people down. That's more me saying that if you want to be good at something, the first step is to recognize that you don't know anywhere near as much. Everyone is victim to it, to some extent, or in some part of their life. Maybe the thing you want to do most in this world, you're not victim to it, but it's the Dunning-Kruger effect. Of course, there's a Dunning-Kruger effect version of the Dunning-Kruger effect, where people are where people will say they know it on just posting about it. Without realizing that was made to simplify the idea of what it actually is, which is just saying that there is an ability for people to not know they're bad at something if they're bad at something. Also, holy fucking shit, I'm getting my ass washed off the reincarnation. I'm just gonna, you know what? When in doubt, lock a high tier. You know? When in doubt, lock a high tier. Everything I just said goes out the window, and I need to quickly equip a different talisman. Oh, and do note for context, if you want to know that in this game, the numbers lie a little bit. This was back 5. Yeah, this is back on 5. Here we go. Here's one. She's top 1 in the game, by the way, right now. She's fucking insane. 3.3 million. This was, this isn't million, by the way. Because if you're looking down here, you'll notice that's 100, that's 1,000, that's a million. That's 3.3 billion. And it's this character and that character and the ice lady I talked about earlier are the characters who get to achieve that type of damage for kind of free. I'm just gonna go jackpot here. There's some funky shit you can do with jackpot on this character. I'm gonna see if I can perform it. This character gets whatever the fuck they want, when they want, and however they want it, right? This is the privileged high tier of the game. And I forgot to change my talisman. Well, okay. Look, okay, look me in the eyes. Right, I'm stupid, and I know I'm stupid. Don't tell me. Okay, so... And I wanna... I wanna highlight this character a little bit more than I wanna, do anything weird. So, I am actually pretty basic: movement, restore, and spirit. Movement and then restore to. You're gonna notice there's a lot of required reading to this character. Like, yeah, I'll take jackpot if it pops up, but I kind of have a different idea. Slightly different. Having seen one of his things, I kind of just want to do that. It's a pretty standard build on him. Basically, instead of doing the star rain, which is this, instead of building into this, instead I'm going to build pretty much exclusively into my gun and my cards. Right. Technically I should make it that I regen reserve ammo in this situation because I've got one back gun stuff. Alright. There is a chance to summon cards. This is very important. No, you didn't have time to read all of that. It will be popping up on the screen though. There'll be a little guy. There'll be a little guy. A little guy holding up a sign with a little guy. A little guy holding up a guy. The best guy holding up a guy. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. You know, I shouldn't even suggest making fun of people like that. It's the wrong idea. No way. My editor will choose. My editor will choose to make you die on the side. Alright, look at this. Elemental bestowment. It's alright if you go elemental, it's just useful. Alright. I'm never gonna be carrying you, but it definitely just like slows. I believe the enhancement. Okay, quickly let me check. I actually wanna know. Okay, so it's this, yeah. Okay. Anyway, do you want to see the character's gimmick? I don't like that one. Oh, okay. I like that one, apparently. Yeah. This guy's gimmick is that he gets a Binding of Isaac D6, but like, if you made Binding of Isaac D6 so broken that it made, actually, you know what, Binding of Isaac D6 was kind of in my books. Oh my god, I walked through that part. I'm too busy yakking. I apologize. Yeah, that's just really good. Okay, there's a chance I re-roll that later in the run, after I get through the early game and it's no longer carrying half my damage, right? I will re-roll that to see if I can get the enhanced variation of the roll. That's better. That's way better for this one. In open areas, this label is probably better than it is closed in hallways for this first level. Right, we're gonna do this. This is the only one I can really see worth taking there. Just increasing the flat damage of your abilities sometimes. Honestly, it's not, you know, I wouldn't. There are some fucking stuff I would want to do if I'm building hard guns, where you want stuff all across the board. Pretty much every build you can run on this character wants you to invest in a little bit of everything. And for the astrolabe, you particularly want skill damage when using the astrolabe, which I believe is in there, or star power. I call it the astrolabe because, or Astra House, that's the one. Yeah, probability of impure. Damage if it's the same as last time. I believe it's not that one. Yeah, I believe it's this one. Yeah, it is legitimately this one. Persistence is one of the best. Here, unironically, I think it's one of the best in the game. It's true of how fucking absurd it gets in this game. If you're wondering what all the effects on my screen are, it is I am using with that electric scroll. There is a click electric, I click electric on myself. Which is kind of exactly why I was picking it up. I'm not too much a fan of the scrolls. Just because they have some issues. They can have some issues. I do like the enhanced version. I will say, most of the time if you get an enhanced scroll, it's going to pretty much, if not remove and mitigate 90% of the bad effect. And in some cases, it just it will run the bad effect into being a really fucking good effect. So, I'm pretty sure actually I have an enhanced variation. No, I don't. Explosion. Rate of fire and reload. That's just better. I know that. Okay, yep. Okay, I don't really want to reset it, right? I don't really want to reset this one, but if this one becomes enhanced, yeah, that should be 30% damage. And it rerolls into a legendary, and oh well, we're just gonna open up on this one. I hate doing this, but it's fun. Oh my god, I'm gonna die, right? I died? Yeah, I died, my bad. I honestly that was just fun. That was just fun. There was no need for me to do that. That was just, I did that for the love of the game. And yeah, I enjoyed it. This is gonna be really good. This is extremely good, actually. Even better. I love this gun. Alright. So, again, this character has the widest variety of builds that uses items from all across his I'm pretty sure you can make every single talisman in the game work with him. I mean, you can do that for all the characters, but particularly this outfit. Out of all the characters in gaming, this is actually one of the characters I thought of having as my profile instead of Cubus from my Christmas scuba skin for some. Persistent, there it is. You'll see why I like this one so much. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm so guaranteed to get rare scrolls right now that it might be, yeah. Actually, okay. Did I get the enhancement? I did not. Okay, I was gonna see if I could enhance it, but I didn't pick up that enhancement. I'm realizing. Which is very unfortunate. Yes, I will admit, very unfortunate. Actually, I'm gonna do something quickly. I'm just gonna stick crystal shield on. Yeah, did I say it was a crutch? Yeah. Am I still gonna use it? Yeah. I told you I'm not mechanically good at this game. Yeah, I'm an hypocrite, so what? So, what are you gonna do about it? I'm sure someone will take issue. Okay, yeah, reincarnation turned down. I'm not even gonna I'm playing bad. I'm playing bad, and I'm probably not making optimal like picks for my power and shit. There is a good chance that I'm just like not playing the game right, and that's why I'm dying so much. It's very unfortunate, but yeah, reincarnation 10 is no bitch. Yeah, you fucking give the crossbow and fucking switches on their crossbows. It's like, what? Look at them. They're firing full auto crossbows. They usually only fire one shot. I do love this game though. It's too much fun not to like. It's too much fun. Most of the reason I do like this game is it's a complex game. It's complex and fun at the same time. And many games will not just aren't fun. They're complex, but they're not fun. But I do like how this game manages to strike that balance. It walks a tightrope that not many other, even AAA games get away with. Sometimes I catch myself playing games and I'm just like not enjoying myself. And I'm like, well, the game's complex. It's got deep mechanics. I enjoy this type of game. Why am I not enjoying it? And it's just because I don't. The game just wasn't fun. I think I know what Ancient Timer does. Yep, reduces my primary whilst not reduces my secondary. Or gives my secondary a cooldown whilst reducing my primaries cooldown. I'm eventually going to be turbo spamming the out of everything, so I'm just not going to use that. That's a generally good item. Every time I don't get a lucky shot, it builds towards a bigger lucky shot. And currently, I'm not like expecting to lucky shot. Later in the game, I'll probably want to get rid of it. That's really cool. I did not know how high up the actual. Oh my god, this guy again. These are just control. These are important fights. Thankfully, I have a bypass in the back where I can just drag the spears through him and make it. I shoot on the floor. It's not really doing that much damage. I can get the they remove a lot of the cheese packing incarnation. I'm glad because it forces me to get dirty instead of relying on cheese tactics for as I said earlier, Crystal Shield is a crappy bad play. It's fun when you use it. Bad play. Never on my face. I do not know what this guy's doing. I think he's actually stuck walking on this rock here, or got stuck on the rock there, and he's trying to pathfind off that rock, which probably just doesn't have pathfind. Because he's definitely not but I've never seen that bug before. Also 0 damage. And also delayed game over. Range. Fuck it, we're gonna go Broly mode. I'm not really looking to do any particular build. I just wanna play. I just wanna play. Right, this character actually has some really interesting gameplay mechanics. He's one of the newcomers. Lasting dual vigors. Okay. Each time Shadow Blind. No, these are both Shadow Blind base form. While Rave 3 vigor per second. Okay, so this one's good. This one's really good. When stacks are greater than 6, greater than or equal to 6, casting primary skills. I haven't quite done everything with these 2 new characters. I say new in quotation marks. They've been out for like over 3 months now. When I'm Rival. Okay, we're just gonna do this. I definitely need to read through what they do. Okay, little known interaction. If you're holding a sword and go into Broly mode, which I'll go into now, you get the swords. Either way, as you can see, I have a bar on the side. This bar lets me do heavy attacks and lets me do attacks post-dash. Particularly this one. This attack, luckily, has follow-up, but you need to unlock the follow-up first. Okay, this is all terrible. This is just terrible, and the way this game's RNG works is actually going to weight it to me getting more of that type of thing. Yeah, this is like the best weapon in the game. That dash attack is most likely, if I'm not wrong, the single best attack in the game. Alright, now we go Super Saiyan. We get like super attack speed and such. So, as you can see, very fun character. I enjoy this character a lot. And pressing R lets me throw a little projectile. Just reloading gives you a little projectile. What? That's a rework. That's new. I do not remember being able to whip that off. That might be something he can do in Empowered Slate with the Fireball, actually. It might not be a rework. I will fact check myself on the wiki later. And I will make a post or like a community post on the YouTube to tell you if it is or isn't. But that's really interesting. Okay. This is okay. If I get to enhance this scroll, this is the single best thing I could pick up. But I haven't got it enhanced yet, so that could cause me to just straight up do the run. Alright, if you haven't noticed, dashes take rather a long time to regenerate. And that will come back to bite me if I keep spamming it. So I'm more saying that for me. I know. You see that even though I haven't dashed as much as I was before, I've still got not that long left on my stuff. Or I've still got a long cooldown on my dash. That is why. Oh, by the way, if that HP bar runs out, I don't die. Luckily. Okay, Basic Strike 3. Visual 5 on unlock. Basic Strike 4. Rapid Punches. Okay, so this happens after that. If you want to see what it is, here. You'll just start punching. Start JoJo punching. This is going to be kind of my new base damage now. I'm going to be basic attack, basically 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to start punching. This will be my main way of building bigger now, and will also be one of my primary reasons I can dash. It builds a lot of bigger. When you start doing lots and lots and lots of damage, you will start running issues with it. To not building enough vigor, so you will end up doing 3 punches, walking away, doing 3 punches, so you can get the bigger vigor burst on the 3rd punch. Because the first 2 punches are kind of intended not to... At least by my experience, they just go the first 2 punches basically, but the 3rd punch. Ah, yes. Now I understand it. Now you should understand too. When I run out of timer on that big ability, I do that. I got confused because I tried throwing a grenade at the exact same time it ended. So that's not a rework. I need to make a post about it. I still will though. Engaging. I love engaging. Pay attention. Yes. Hey there, buddy. Oh, I'm sorry. Hello? Okay, I'm living my device a little bit. Do you? I did reset the default at the start of the stream. That was embarrassing. That was embarrassing. Like this game, it's quite fun. Okay, so for context, this character has a pretty broken synergy with certain guns and their gun build, where you can be in Broly mode and still have full access to their entire gun build. It is generally because of a pretty powerful weapon that is just auto-aim. It auto-shoots, it auto-aims, and it's one of my favorites. I bet you can tell why. It's an intentional mechanic, as it was introduced with another character which abuses the mechanic in the exact same way intentionally. Give me that. I'll see if I can show you it, but I'm not too keen on abusing it, just because it's kind of broken. It's kind of really broken. Whilst I do like using broken shit, I also need to make a video, and I think fun or flashy builds are better for a video rather than I think, yeah, just in general, the flashy builds would be better, which is why Owlman kind of works. It's a very flashy build, even if it is broken. This guy is generally quite flashy, even if he is broken. Which is why I kind of gravitate towards him a lot. Also, this room's fucking. It This is new. And this room kind of fucks really hard. Okay. Let's explore it a bit. I haven't really been here that much. Like, I think I've been here once since it released. Okay, so it's got these, you can't go in here. Which is very unfortunate you can't go in there. A lot of arena that could be used. Oh. Hey! No discounts. That's like one of the easy ones to get over. Unfortunately, I am going to be giving that up, just because there's no guarantee that I get another enhanced chest. So, another reason rapid hunger is you'll see a lot of stuff, high combo to function. And yeah, it's infuriating that it does, but it does. Oh, and that's not even... Oh, I haven't even got the light range carry chips. He's trying to I don't even have the heavy attack. I really should have the heavy attack a lot more. But he's just like so handsome. He's we're gonna take this because I can't inflict corrosive on myself right now. But if I get corrosive immunity or something that scales off me being corroded or the enemy being corroded, that would pretty much win me the game. Corrosive is a very dangerous element to apply to yourself because it's a slow and a damage vulnerability. So applying it to yourself is usually the worst case scenario. But if I have the option to never apply it to myself, then I have to actively opt into applying it to myself. That would make taking an option, which the downside of applying it to myself, quite easy to take. We're gonna start beating the fuck out of him. Bonk. I do enjoy me some rolling. Yeah, I guess this one. Yeah. Oh, didn't mean to exit out of that. That was a misclick. I'll hit 60 something figure before going. I've got passive evolution. Alright, so you're about to see what I meant when I said iframes, okay? Un's fully restoring is like godlike on this character. Usually the buttons aren't necessarily focus on. But on this particular character they are. Excuse me. Like, you see what I'm gonna do for the rest of this fight is I'm just gonna carry that. Like that. change out this talisman to maybe hits. Yeah, we're gonna change it out to hits. Okay, it's not working with hits. Right. That is more accurate than what I would need. Oh my god. My timing's fucked up because of the reincarnation 10 buff to him, but it's completely fine because I win and he loses. Hell yeah. That's actually really interesting. Does that mean all on-hit effects are not possible to trigger by this character? Does that mean what I just picked up is actually useless to me? I'm never going to be able to use Spirit Surge. That would be so broken on any of the other builds I've tried today, but, like, I guess. I'm not really interested in much of the things that shop can offer me. Copycats, genuinely. It's like to say this, but a lot of this stuff in this game is genuinely, like, just broken as all hell. And I love it. Yo, that felt good. That looks like I've kind of got an M1 spam build. I did get the enhanced mouse too, so there's that. If I'm not wrong, this makes me immortal, no? Yeah, it legit makes me immortal because, yeah, take my vigor instead. I think if I put exactly 0, I'll start taking my HP instead of my vigor. But getting to exactly 0 is gonna be a bit Hell yeah, this build's going much better than the other ones. I like this one. That's really fucking good in this character. That reduces the amount of that I have to do to heal. It also means that the item I just took is completely fucking useless. Like the only practical thing that item else in combat. Okay, that's interesting. I'm starting to lose a lot of vigor. Is that this? Okay, I'm gonna discard this and see if I start losing vigor. Okay, I'm taking damage. Which is very interesting because I do not remember that. I'm also gonna fuck around. Alright, I was going to recycle it because it's not useful anymore. Final verdict, you don't need to upgrade too much to make it Can you? Because my main mic's turned up, Thunder. You might actually be, yeah. No, I turned my main mic up last time. You should 100% be able to. Like, I can turn my gain up. Hello? Hello? Hi? Hi, hello? Hello? Punch. I need punch. Like, you should 100% be able to hear me loud and clear. Your volume might be off. Because I'm looking at my volume. I'm seeing around them. The chance that it's because my game's too... Turn the game down a bit. No, we can see that. We can see that. Fucking guy! Hit that guy! That bitch. Hi, Thunder, can you hear me? I would like the response. I would like a response. Please, I'm desperate. I'm desperate. I need all this. Do I? Oh. I just thought that's my smiling friend's character. I'm fucking... Matt owner or... Yeah. Person hospital. Mother died so recently. Not time crisis. Definitely not. It's time crisis. Oh! I see what's happening. My secondary skill is passed on to enemies, and in base form, that secondary skill is takes vigor fast. Right, that's perfect. Anything to reduce vigor cost. I feel like if I get lazy with my wording, because of my accent, that's going to sound like a different word entirely. I did not pick up my chest, and I did not pick up my chest. A reasonable luck is an item, and I don't know what I select. Right? I think if you made a bit reasonable luck and epic, right? Because you're more likely to get it before it comes. Get it in a way that makes it exciting instead of a bad item. Actually, you need to meet very particular requirements, right? And those requirements are. I think it's kind of like rock bottom in like if you just have rock bottom, it does fucking nothing. Sometimes you can for it, but if you get good items on the bottom, is the single best item in the game. For those who are like, you might be saying, well, what about this? What about that? I don't need to talk about that. Because I think it's not I'll try to put up that's right. Because it would be so no-brainer. Another item has to be better. It's like on it shimmering magic fabric has the same possible. So it's not the best card in the deck, it's another copy. It's our guaranteed exactly. And that's fucking fog, do not get me wrong. But also like I might equip a different talisman, but it's not working. I want it. I think not talisman. Right. This is going to be a big blow to my DPS and my like a massive blow to my DPS and but it's going to actually let me use my fucking actual stuff that I built for. I just don't think the talisman I want. It's why I'm here. I've got a very build up a big big heavy attack, spam big heavy attack. Going on. Yeah. Okay, so that's criticism of that one person in the crowd, right? Yeah. That is kind of what this character is. That's exactly what this character is. Build up a heavy attack, and you cast a heavy attack. I really see a very simple character and gameplay wise. I don't mean that I can. I don't mean that that's not. Alright. Going Super Saiyan again. Not the like force lightning dead. Should get enough one. Pretty useful that I got this all. Not useful, but I have. Alright, we're max out on that, so you will get the reset now. Big fella kills the what's the comic book called? Yeah, definitely. I'm not sure about you, game. I don't think I have shit. Right. I think it is pretty blazing to see that I do not have. Look, some might call this crazy, but yeah, that legendary scroll was very useful. I'm not. Okay, I found a few legendary scrolls, and I appreciate the game's been giving me legendary scrolls that are good. But what the fuck? Like, can't use because I can't trigger on-hit effects and can't use. And what the fuck? It's like, generally an unlucky run, but we're making it work. Sorry if you can hear me munching. I'm eating a biscuit. I love biscuit. Reincarnation 9 and 10. It was kind of a bit but post reincarnation 10, you fucking add its like new bits and bobs that gets to its attack pattern and new bits and pieces it gets to its tornado form where it doesn't run you down, but instead you have to actively like this dash tornado. This one that's like one of the main reasons I don't like not playing. I like just because it makes the boss adding of the fucking that dash, it makes it far less difficult to get caught out by those pop-ups. That's okay, I'm not really used to this particular variation of the build, but it is quite fun. I will admit. Oh, whoa. Hey. This item right here. Heard about me talk about it earlier where it was super broken on this character. I'll show you why on the next I love custom. Painkiller. Painkiller is another one I didn't like. Luxurious. Hey, that's a big one. I don't do critical. That's just plus 10% damage resistance. Better if I Ew. That's right. This one got a little broken. I didn't grab this. Yeah, I think I'm rushing. Alright, so I'm inflicting flame and corrosive on myself right now because I have to. So, you definitely slide satisfying. Just like, just keep walking back and This one's going to be very big. Getting more final verdict now is actually the reason more final verdict is now worth getting, whereas it was is we're getting to a point where scaling more damage, getting more massive percentile damage scaling is how exponential damage, and will be the only way that's just like a lot of damage. I don't know what to tell you. Just a lot of damage. Oh, right, yeah. Oh. This. Persistence is an amazing tool in this character. I almost forgot. Yeah, as I lose HP, which I only have HP, I can get resistance, and that's gonna stack up very nice. I mean, as you can see, I only have 6% damage resistance, and I'm pretty much base tanking fire. Imagine if I got more than 60. I mean, yeah, technically I've got 26% by, and as I use HP I get more, but like, we're gonna ignore that part. A legendary spirit power. Stop using this little thing. You kind of saw what it was doing, just shooting of its own accord, and individually able to much apply everything I knew that I wasn't ready to. So it pretty much easily and with like very little improvement fixed all of his issues, and honestly, that's a bit broken. No, that's like, it feels like it's a floppy power. Right, in that case, I'm gonna run this floppy power. Alright, after this run it will be the end of this stream. Just because I'm not looking to do any like no crystal shield. Oh, I could die. I could. Oh my god, you can't go over there. Hi, crystal shield is going on right fucking now. Okay, that was a bit of a panic one. Online, I probably would have died. But thankfully, they further run so I can pause the game and I have to choose something to cover. I like it. You broke. It's just you broke. I would love to use that weapon. Oh, I love it. Fun over is just immaculate. Oh my. Hello. Hey, so if I lift the rope, I don't want to leave with like it's even sad. I don't losing is part of it, and if I lose enough reincarnation 10 runs, turns out I'll get better at re. Of course, you can hide it. Wonder what I did. I started. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. There's no panic here. There's no panic. Hey, that's a really good throw. Get the other one. Fluffy. I like it. It's very. Oh, get more attention. Alright, so one thing I'm happy they've kept in line is just, you know, how like hard it is to fuck attention. You have to work very hard to get attention or ascension, or you have to take on more challenge. And I really do appreciate that is a very real drawback to active game is that enemies aren't fucking just we're just gonna use this for the boss, just because this is generally a hard boss. The other one, this is generally a hard boss. I just mentioned how fucking amazing that scroll is, and then the third person camera fucks me up and I accidentally see it. Fucking hell. That's painful. That's actually painful. I'm not even lie. Yeah, I did that. I'm not farming. I legitimately promise that was like that was fucking. All right, now. Oh. This is gonna be kind of feel weird, but what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to put it onto shoot. I'm going to put legendary. I'm gonna put this on, and I'm going to go back in. I guess agility. I guess agility. Right. I did not notice that I hadn't had a small that long. As you can tell, I'm definitely right. No, I genuinely don't want to remove any of those. That's just a really good boost. Yeah, I'm definitely just gonna win this run, so I'm gonna keep the, I'm gonna keep broken. I'm gonna keep broken up with. I don't... I never figured out how to actually beat that enemy. I just keep swinging till it dies. So like, if you're wondering why that kind of looks like I was just randomly swinging at whatever one was closest to me, it's because I was. I can't lie, I was. Okay, there is some pretty cool shit you can do with swapping in and out of this stance, by the way. I want to learn it, but it's very difficult. I was looking for something else, but then I remembered that that weapon can't just Spores is pretty good. Spores is my favorite. I can find it can be a little underwhelming at like at best. Okay, crazy cool, but this music reminds me of Trove. Like, anyone play Trove? I fucking love I use that game. But the music in this game reminds me of Trove. Okay, actually, that's interesting. This also reminds me a bit of Kingdom of Amalur. That's an even crazier shout. If you know that game, you know that game. Kingdom of Amalur is so fucking fun. If you get the I believe it's on Steam. If you can play this game. It's one of my favorite areas ever. It's just so much fun. I can't blame you, Eric. It's definitely the fact that I'm playing like the you punch it playstyle. Right? Not finding that punching damage. Final punch damage? Okay, advance and strike damage. Okay, yeah. That's like, making final boss like super hot. Punching has prevailed! One thing I will say though, I think you could customize. I wish customizable HUDs weren't a luxury in games and were like a requirement. Oh my god. Is it infuriating sometimes not be able to customize? Because my microphone, I can't see which buffs I have. My microphone is in the way. Like, I can kind of see, but I've been doing lots of punching in this part because this is honestly, this build is doing not as much damage as I thought. Dude, I do break the fuck out. Dude, that's neat. That's really big, my build. Because I'm dashing and fucked up. I really wish I had a good punch, like the slam punch, because a good slam punch is everything. Yeah. This works. This works for me. I should also pick up. If I'm not wrong, Gluttony doesn't attack fast enough to really shut me down. I don't have loop on, so this is just the end of the run. Right, that was an hour-long run, everyone. That took us from quite a while to quite a while. And with that, I will be saying, all one of you,